Hi, I am Omer and today we will be reviewing Nissan Juke. So let's start. Nissan introduced Juke in 2011. This is Nissan's crossover vehicle. The car comes with different engine types. The one that we are reviewing is a 1.5 liter petrol engine. There is another option of 1.6 liter engine. Then there is a 1.6 liter turbo engine, and then there is a 3.8 liter V6 engine as well, that is twin turbo. That vehicle is called Juke R. We don't have it in Pakistan, we have not seen it here yet. When this car came out, the cost at that time in Pakistan was 3.2 million rupees. I still remember a friend of mine bought this particular car for his mother back in 2011 and he showed it to me at that time. He told me the car's cost was 3.2 million rupees, and today, 7 years later, this car cost around 1.8 to 2 million rupees. Yes, about 1.2 to 1.4 million rupees have been depreciated in the price of this car. So let's see why that depreciation has happened. The most interesting and distinctive feature of this car are the looks. This is an extremely different shaped car. As you can see in the front, there are three lights. First one, second one and the third one. One is your headlight, one is the parking light, and one is the fog light. The lowest being the fog light, the middle one the headlight, and the front one as the parking light and the indicator light. It's an extremely distinctive feature. Then if you look at the overall shape of the car, it's very roundish and aerodynamic-ish. So that is one thing that is the most distinctive feature in this particular car. At the back, you see with all these lines and the curves in the body, which are many in this car, the door handle for the rear door is not here, and it's not anywhere else but over here. Just like Weasel's door handle was at the very edge. In this one, they have it a little inside the edge. So you open it and you close it, just like that. Those curves and the roundness and that weird kind of all shape and everything, that is continuing at the back as well. It's a very distinctive feature of this car. It starts at the front and it continues till the very end. To open the trunk, you press this button and you press this button and the trunk is opened. You have space, but it's not as big as other crossover vehicles like Weasel that we reviewed earlier. You pick this one up, you have your jack and everything, and you pull this piece out, so your whole trunk luggage space is out, and you have your spare tire as well. This is the key for Nissan Juke. There is a lock button, there is an unlock button. This is not a button. I suppose in a much loaded variant this might be the trunk opening button. Over here you have the latch and a conventional key comes out. You put it back in, the car is locked, and the mirrors retract themselves when you lock the car. The car is unlocked and the mirrors don't open themselves, but when you lock it, the mirrors retract themselves. And I put the key in my pocket, I put my hand over here, it doesn't unlock. I press this button, the car unlocks and I can open it. So when you get inside the car, though a distinctive shape and feature continues over here as well. As you can see, the power window control socket, this whole thing is also red in color, which matches the exterior of this car. This same color is available like the interior color is red even in other colors of cars. It's not like that whatever the car color is, the interior would be of same color. Then the fabric is also a nice mesh of red and grey, which gives it a very sporty look. Over here you have your door lock and the door opening thing, and they're both in chrome. Coming over here you have your lights adjustment and your mirror controller. This particular button, like I was showing you, this is on auto setting right now, which means when you lock the car, the door mirrors retract themselves, and when you unlock it, when you start the car, they open themselves. So you can remove it from auto and put it in the manual mode and close manually as well. So now we will start the car. I'll press the brake and press this button. The steering adjusts itself, the mirror open themselves, and you have a nice display in front of you. The steering wheel is adjustable. It's not telescopic, it's just adjustable. One thing that I noticed over here, the headlights have the auto turn on feature as well. This feature is available in a lot of premium cars, that if you put it on auto, the light sensor senses when it is dark and the lights will turn off on themselves. Over here we have our instrument cluster. In the menus you have your fuel, mileage, trip A, car temperature, what gear it is in, trip B, the range on the fuel, then there is your average of the car, your overall average, and that's about it for that. Coming over here you have an LCD, nice colored LCD to show you the AC control situation. You press this button, it goes into the auto mode with the temperature that you have set. You can minus and plus the temperature from here. Then this is your fan speed if you are in the normal one. All the AC control. It's extremely soft to touch. So if I would say how it feels. After this, if you go in your driving mode button, all these controls change themselves. So you can push to enter which mode you want to go in. You are in the normal, you can go in the sport mode. Over here it shows you the positions that you'll be using. This is your eco mode. Engine will be eco, transmission will be eco, suspension will be eco. Suspension normal, transmission sports, engine sports. Everything normal. Then you can set it up from here. Drive info is over here, which you can toggle around. So 22 km/h, the range. Eco mode info, unfortunately it's in Chinese, but if you look at it, it's amazing how the whole thing changes. So right now it's all AC controls, and when I go in the air conditioning, the controls change and they are in the air conditioning and then the drive modes. Extremely cool and distinctive feature in this car. Coming to the center console, you have your gear. That red sportiness is continuing over here as well. You have your storage, there are 2 cup holders, all extremely compact and to the driver. Then on the roof you have one light which is for the side, all 3 turn oning, and the left one. You have a vanity mirror for the passenger sun visor. There is no vanity mirror for the driver though. This is the rear seat situation in this car. Even though I can easily fit into the rear seat, it's not that spacious over here. My knees are rubbing against the front seat, and there is some kind of a seat rod or something that is also pressed up against my legs. So I can fit in, but it's not extremely spacious or anything of the sort. In the rear, the seat and the room is enough for 3 people to fit in. That goes to Nissan Juke. These were all the interesting features of Nissan Juke. Let's take the car for a road drive. We are driving Nissan Juke. It's compact. The first thing that I notice, it's not as big or a spacious kind of a car that you would want it to be. It's a compact crossover. That's the first thing I would notice or comment about in this car. The acceleration is smooth. Being a crossover, the car has good ground clearance. Even while you're sitting in the car and you look at the front, you see a weird or a different kind of a car. It's not like your normal car, but it's nice and you can just touch it on this side. It's not a huge car. It's a good compact car. The car has a lot of good features. It's extremely cool to drive and everything. Unfortunately, it did not do that well in the local market, but if you are looking for a good crossover vehicle, this car is a good bargain. You can get a very good car, a lot of car for the price that you would be paying, and that's a definite plus. One thing that I am missing though is lack of the front armrest. That is a definite have, because this hand, I don't know what to do with it. I mean, that center armrest, I'm really missing that in this car. Right now I'm in the normal mode. Let's try the eco mode. If we go in the economy mode, I don't see much of a difference in terms of the drive quality. If I move to the Eco, I'm sure if I'll try to rev it, I will not be able to do that. Let's try the sports mode and see what it has. Okay, so the car gets quicker, more responsive, definitely more responsive, and loud. Yeah, I think the sound is more compared to the response of the engine. It's more loud and noisy. But I love the way this car is designed. It's like totally compact for the driver. I can feel like that. The rear visibility is not that good though. The way the window is designed and those rear pillars, it's not that visible at the back. The pillars kind of block your view, but then thanks to the rear camera, that is somewhat controlled by it. The brakes are also really good. The turns and corners, the car does sway a little bit, but that is acceptable when you have a car of this height. Overall, the car does not leave its ground. I mean, this is the normal one, but there is a 6-speed dual clutch automatic 3.8 V6 twin turbocharged variant as well available in this same body. So definitely the body's aerodynamics and the design is such that it can hold and control a lot more of power than what we are driving. And even in the normal mode, the car is extremely quick. The brakes are good. And the interesting thing about Nissan is that being a brand that is not very preferred brand of the buyers, you get a good deal on the car and you get a car that you can enjoy. And unlike Weasel and Toyota CHR, those are the other crossovers by Toyota and Honda, this car kind of gets in the crowd. It does not stand out, even though the looks are extremely distinctive on this car, and that is something that I enjoy the most. It's not like a car that is like every other car. It's a very different looking car, and I enjoy it. Doesn't really have to be preferred by everyone else. The spares and parts, there is a myth that the spare parts and the maintenance of these cars is not that easy. The spares are not easily available, but now with so many cars have come in, you can very easily get the spares for these cars as well. It's not a problem the way it used to be a couple of years ago, but the depreciation and everything still holds. So in my opinion, it's a win-win situation. Great car at a great price. One can definitely consider it instead of any other car for 1.9 or 2 million. These are the cars that you still are able to get a good car at a good price. If you talk about those other mainstream cars, like for 1.9 million or a 2 million price bracket, what is the other option that you have in a Japanese car? It's Toyota Aqua. That's a 1500cc hybrid hatchback. This car is comparatively more fun, and yet you stay in the JDM bracket as well. If you go for a local car, what will you get? You won't get anything more than a City or a Corolla GLI, that to 1.3 Corolla, which is extremely underpowered in my opinion. So yeah, and this car does not get a lot of attention. So if you're someone like me who does not like the attention and just likes to drive the car and enjoy it, this is definitely the car for you. As you can see, this is a great car with all the nice features available. Then the question arises, why such a huge depreciation in the price? And the answer is this. This particular brand name is the reason the car did not maintain its value in Pakistani market. And in my opinion, if you are in the market for a crossover, this particular car is a lot of car for 2 million rupees. You should definitely consider it. That was all our review for Nissan Juke. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about it. Please like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, bye.